The second season of Gen V is finally here, and just like many of us expected, life has only become more dangerous and more complicated for Marie and her friends. But the real problem comes from the strange and scary mystery called the Odessa Project. At the center of this mystery is the new dean, Cipher. We already know Cipher has a strong connection to Odessa, and even though he has not directly admitted that he knew about the Odessa Project, after we found out that he was the one who delivered Marie, it became clear that he was part of Odessa and that he wants to start it again. Marie, with her rare and powerful blood-bending powers, could be the key to everything he is trying to do. Still, even after 3 new episodes, the Odessa Project is confusing, but we have found some of the biggest clues you may have missed that connect to the Odessa Project. We will tell in detail what those clues were and how it might even connect to the boys and Homelander. So keep on watching till the end to know more about it. In the first few episodes, we see Emma and Polarity stumble on a hidden room in the Godolkin University Library. It is a locked chamber decorated with Nazi memories, old flags, medals, and photos that feel out of place, even in a school built for superheroes. I know you already know this, but the reason I am reminding you is because the Project Odessa connects to Nazis, which I will explain in the end. While exploring the room, Emma finds a thick file folder marked Project Odessa. Inside is a disturbing report that lists Marie as the only surviving child of something that began many decades ago. The file suggests that her birth was not random and that she is the single successful result of a secret experiment that may have started in the 1960s. So, this is where it connects to the boys and Homelander. This discovery immediately raises a bigger question. If Marie is the only surviving child, does that mean she is the first and only person ever created by the Odessa Project? If you have already watched carefully, you might remember a scene in Season 4 when Homelander returns to the brutal lab where he grew up. On a bulletin board in the background, you might have noticed a reference to something called Odessa, described as a high-security project of the strictest confidence. Back then, it looked like just another strange detail. Now, with Gen V confirming that Project Odessa has been running since the 1960s, it suddenly seems possible that Homelander himself was an early product of the same experiment that created Marie. Homelander was born in 1981, long after the project supposedly began. If Vought perfected their method with him and later tried to repeat it with Marie, the two might be connected far more closely than anyone imagined. That idea also fits the way the writers keep comparing their powers. The people who make the show have even teased this possibility in interviews. Michelle Fazekas, one of the producers, explained that they wanted viewers to wonder whether Marie's abilities were artificially engineered to serve a purpose, just like Homelander's. Actor Hamish Linklater, who plays Cipher, has hinted that his character believes Marie might be the one person who can rival Homelander's strength. He even said that Cipher thinks Marie is the key to gaining supremacy over the other supremacist, which is Homelander. Those are strong words, and they suggest that in the future, Marie might fight the most dangerous supe alive. We could even see this in a coming episode where Homelander may not want the Odessa Project to continue and might appear in the finale to try to stop it. Also, in the opening scene, we watch a group of adult scientists inject themselves with a strange liquid meant to give them powers like Compound V. Instead of turning them into heroes, the experiment ends in disaster, killing everyone involved. Longtime fans of the franchise know this is not surprising. Compound V almost never works on adults. It is safe only when given to babies or very young children. Cipher seems to believe that Marie's unique blood-based power might hold the solution. Because she can control and manipulate blood itself, he may think she can find a way to stabilize Compound V inside an adult body, making the transformation safe. If he is right, the Odessa Project could finally create a new generation of supes who are even stronger and more stable than before, and he would no longer need to rely on the random results of baby injections. This goal also explains why Cipher is so eager to train Marie and push her limits. He does not simply want her to be a strong student, he wants her to improve until she reaches a level where her blood can be harvested, copied, or even used as a universal fix. From the very first episode, he begins guiding her and other students through dangerous exercises, making them test the edges of their abilities. To him, every bit of progress is another step toward restarting Odessa on a much larger scale. Another important clue comes from Marie's family history, which the new episodes finally explore in detail. Marie learns that her parents struggled for years to have a child and eventually turned to Cipher for help. Back then, he worked under the name Dr. Gold and offered them an advanced form of IVF treatment. With his help, Marie was born. Later, however, her parents had another child, Annabeth, without any medical help. On the surface, that sounds like a normal miracle pregnancy, but it raises a troubling question. If they could not conceive on their own the first time, how did it suddenly happen naturally? And if Cipher was secretly altering genes during the IVF process, could that be the reason why the parents got pregnant again? Also, did the powers of Marie somehow carry over to the second child? When Marie tracks down Annabeth in the most recent episode, she finds her younger sister living alone after leaving their aunt's house. Annabeth keeps her distance from everyone, almost like she is afraid of hurting them because she might already know about the powers she has, which are almost the same as Marie's. This makes us wonder if she has powers similar to Marie's and is frightened of repeating the accident that killed their parents. If Annabeth has hidden abilities and Cipher comes to know about it, Cipher might see her as another perfect test subject. It is easy to imagine a future episode where Cipher tries to capture both sisters, convinced that their shared DNA holds the final key to Odessa's success. Also, like I said before, the name Odessa is not random. It is actually connected to real-life Nazis. After World War II, rumors spread about a secret group called Odessa, said to help former SS officers escape Europe and avoid justice. By filling the hidden library room with Nazi memories, the writers are drawing a clear line between the Nazis and Vogt's own dark plan to create a superior race of superhumans. Cipher's dream is not just to make stronger heroes, it is to make a small group of godlike beings who ordinary humans cannot challenge. A statue of Thomas Godolkin on campus even carries the words, "The path shall begin here where mortals shall become gods." Cipher repeats this idea in his speeches, warning his students that regular humans could easily kill them by sheer numbers unless they evolve beyond normal limits. Through Project Odessa, he hopes to give a few chosen soups such overwhelming power that the rest of the world would have no choice but to treat them like gods. When you connect these clues, a larger picture starts to appear. Cipher was involved in Marie's birth and probably guided her parents through a special IVF procedure to give her unmatched abilities. He has waited years for those abilities to grow strong enough for his real experiment. The failed adult Compound V tests in the opening scene show why he needs her now. Her blood might be able to stabilize the serum, allowing any adult to gain safe, permanent powers. Annabeth's unexplained conception suggests that Cipher's first treatment left behind hidden changes, which could mean she has powers too. If that is true, Cipher will want both sisters in his lab, and Annabeth's isolation might not protect her for long.